Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Smoke weed every day.
What's the motherfucking deal? I was just sitting here chilling, didn't realize when I last checked the clock that 5 minutes had passed by. Welcome to the Kush Den. All right. If you're not familiar with the Kush Den is a 420 friendly community and conversation. Even if you don't smoke, you're more than welcome to partake in the conversation because ultimately that's what it's all about. If you don't smoke, man, pour yourself up a nice adult beverage. If you don't drink, or if you're too young to drink, then pour yourself up a nice warm glass of milk. And we will definitely have some interesting discussion about your warm milk choices. But let's get in it to win it. Let's I mean, that's a soft saying, but hey, we're gonna do it here too. So here's the deal. Let's get into some things. We're gonna have an interesting topic tonight, and that is the self-hate solution. So I'm glad all of you could join us this evening, and hopefully we can do some things. Hopefully we can alleviate some issues. Hopefully we can make some of you feel better about yourselves and anything else that we can possibly get to benefit from this entire situation. Now, give me just 1 second. I'm getting some things together here. So I'm going to make sure I have the right stuff open and the right stuff going. I was actually running a little bit late. I was trying to get a new little mini game in action, and trust me, I suffer from the same thing. I got big fingers, and so if you're new to the Kush Den, you'll wonder why is this guy not smoking any Kush. Well, let's see if this works. Been on hiatus. I don't know how many days it's been so far, but we'll figure it all out. I don't know why this thing isn't working. I was trying to come up with a new little game, and it's just still giving me some flack. So we'll get it right eventually. No, I'll test it when we're off the stream and things with that. Why is this? I'm mad because I've wasted like a significant amount of time in between trying to get this going. But I say we'll deal with it later. No biggie. But let's talk, man. Let's talk about self-hate. And you'd be surprised the appearances that people are able to put up, in everyday life. But deep down inside, they loathe themselves and, in turn, everything else. Or also, it's not necessarily that they loathe everything else, it's that they may feel inadequate compared to other things. They may feel empty inside and don't know why when you see other people are happy and appearing to have great lives and things of that sort. But I want you guys to know that, yes, we had an intro. And I believe we did, didn't we? Did I hit the thing? Yeah, I did. And I want you guys to understand, like I say, if it's something that you deal with, by the end of the show, hopefully we can shine a little bit of light on the situation for you, or at least get you going in the right direction. Because this is something that millions of people suffer from. Okay. And it's a lot of people. I mean, some of the year's favorite celebrities and athletes and Sammy Sosa, people in positions of power suffer from. Some people use self-hate as motivation to do other things. Some people use self-hate as an excuse to keep from succeeding. to prevent themselves from moving forward in various aspects of life. What you have to handwriting went bad. Mine's not that great either. Real scribbly. But they say people with shitty handwriting are smarter, so because they're writing shit down fast to keep trucking. So I'll take that. But self-hate, and if you're wondering what self-hate is, it's just kind of I would say maybe you're disgusted with something in particular about you. I know personally, I guess personally in a sense, not just me, but there are a lot of people like in the black community who hate themselves for being black. They feel like they got the short end of the stick for some reason. I know there are a lot of women who have self-hate issues, and I think that's where you get a lot of the feminists from. Because it's super funny that I posted this, and, always bots are always, following, depending on what hashtags you're using and things of that nature. And it was funny because the show that we did with happiness and all the happiness hashtags, I don't think it got like any likes. But I mean, as soon as I posted this, it got several, well, I won't say several, but it got a few responses, much more than normal from the bots. And so it made me wonder, because like I say, on my Instagram, it doesn't get that much love, a little bit here, a little bit there. But it made me wonder, are more people, aligning themselves with self-hate as opposed to having happiness? Maybe more people relate to the hate than do to the happiness. And if that's the case, I think it's very sad, But also a funny thing I also noticed about that, where like I say, the couple of them that did like it. Feminist, LGBT, stuff along that line. And so, yeah, you're always trying to be somebody else, Kenneth. You're trying to be Dion. You're trying to be fucking Harden, or whatever it may be. Yeah, absolutely. We're all friends in the den, and all of your input is welcome. And Heidi, coming from a long line of therapists, and she decided she's going to break the mold because she's out of control. But you have to find solutions. And so I just want to call this the self-hate solution. Because there's things in life you're going to have to accept. There are things in life that you can overcome. You became friends with the feminists? Interesting. Real Wives of Orange County. Drunk and naked. Yes, I'm pretty sure she has some issues too. So let's see what you got. What you got going? Relatable lefties. The women was also dumb not to make his team look bad. Yeah, I guess you got to win and have some PR, but I don't care about that. I don't care if you got a team full of murderers. You can have a whole team full of Aaron Hernandez's, if you ask me. And and then as long as you get a ring, that's all that matters. I didn't do it. So in therapy, when someone's closed off and they finally open up to cry, showing that all emotions come out, the door is open. So they're happy, sad, selfless, everything comes out. The door blasts open. Kick dough. That also happens when you reside in a trap house and somebody knows you got the dope inside the trap house. The door blasts open. It's either going to be a jacker or it's going to be the police. So there's that. So what do I use as motivation? Various things motivate me. Bad choices that I made in the past, maybe some of these things you can't recoup, you can't fix, but in hopes of not making the same mistakes again. A couple of things that motivate me I won't discuss, but I mean, like I say, they're just, issues that I've encountered, goals that I want to set. And then part of it is to challenge myself to do something different. All I said was dope. Dope could be anything, and I'm just saying that it happens. There was a meth lab in abandoned Burger King. That's gangster. The self-hate solution is, there may not be a one-size-fits-all solution. I think you have to, it depends on the origin of the hate. But I think you have to learn to understand yourself. People study everything but themselves. You know, you're always pushed to, you know, learn math, reading, you know, improve your writing, study this book, you know, follow this author or this philosopher, or, you know, all kind of various things. You know, you're pushed to go to work. You got to take care of your family. You do so many things externally. And then when you do have a little bit of time to deal with yourself, you know, you don't like certain things about yourself, but I think you have to find a way to take the time, either be through meditation or study or, you know, maybe speaking with someone. But you have to, I have no idea who Shannon Elizabeth is. But you have to, yes, I've seen American Pie. Is that the band camp chick? But you have to find a way to, like I said, in a general way, is to study yourself. I mean, to figure out what it is about you that is causing you problems and what can you do to change it. Now, if your skin tone is an issue, don't go buying a bunch of cake soap. Don't go buying the Sammy Sosa lotion supply. I think what you have to figure out is why you hate your skin tone. What is the origin of that? And I think a lot of, we talked about that kind of with Man Up. We were talking about darker skinned women and even dark skinned dudes too, because there's a lot of dark skinned dudes who won't date dark skinned women and things like that. Just the Eastern European group is actually a Syrian American from Houston. Oh, okay. I don't know which of not. Okay. I think meditation is comes in different forms for different people. I think some people just find a quiet spot to relax and try to shut off all their thoughts and try to find some peace. I think some people use it as a time to reflect inwardly about the things that they've done and, you know, how they can try to fix them, to try to find a solution to certain issues. I think prayer is a form of meditation because you're speaking on, you know, wanting to resolve problems, and you concentrate and you focus your thoughts in a particular direction. So I think you got an over 41-year-old you can hope now. Heyo. But it's your cougar. Chief Rumble Gaming says weed and solitude, and man, what else? Yeah, that's what I say. When I was smoking, I would definitely kind of go into a different place. I think since I haven't been smoking, because like there would definitely be, I still do it from time to time, but when I was smoking, I would kind of like, as I'd be speaking to y'all and as I was smoking on stream, my thoughts would be in a different place. I would be speaking to you guys about something in particular, but my mind may be kind of in a bit of a different zone. We're going to talk about, that's very interesting. I gave you power that you talk about the dark skins with the fat white women, but that's a part I believe of self-hate too. Cause you know, I know a lot of people who hate, you know, being black, and they only date white women because they feel like it gives them some type of upper echelon status or it improve. But the thing is, they'll like go date the trashiest shitty of white women and feel better about it than instead of dating an attractive black woman who may be better for them overall. They'll go get with some trailer park trash and fucking, you know, talk about hood rats. But what you're dating is the equivalent of a hood rat. So there's definitely that. I agree, Cavity Creek, meditating with a J. That's what I used to like smoking, kind of be in my own zone. Sometimes I'd end my evening with a little smoke and just kind of think about things, try to meditate on what took place that day. Or if I smoke too much, I fall asleep. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. I mean, you see it all the time. It definitely exists. You say I love being black and tap dance street. So yeah, that's why I say like, it's like I say, when I was young, you know, I'm probably one of the darkest people on my mother's side of the family. We mentioned that. And then on my dad's side, well, we're all a bunch of blackies, but I love it. because of just the benefits that come with it. Fuck sunscreen. I ain't got time for that shit. You haven't missed too much of anything wise, since I haven't even fired up the Black and Mild yet. Glad you could join us. But again, oh man, stop believing that. Stop. Yeah, this is bad. This is worse for you. This right here is worse than smoking a joint. 10 times worse. I mean, come on. The thing about it, like I say, I just embrace the benefits of being dark. And then, like I say, the funny thing about it is all the lighter skinned women start gravitating towards you. The darker you get, the more attention you get. This is a Black and Mild. You know what I'm saying? That's just it's a horrible, awful smoking device. But I always feel like I have to do something in the Kush den. I almost consider, what if I just change the name to the den, and then that way I don't smoke and do stuff in here. Maybe I don't feel attached to the smoking, but then I eventually will bring back the weed to the Kush den. Maybe a bong or something like that. Maybe a pipe, something different. But for right now, it is what it is. Yeah, man, my whole lady had bought me a pack of Black and Milds the other day, and she got me the regular ones because I like the wine with the wood tip. She got me the regular, but I wouldn't even call it flavored, fucking trash can flavored. The regular ones with the wood tip, and that might be the case. Might be an oral fixation. I probably would agree with that because I used to chew on like bottle caps and straws and shit like that. The thing about it is, those regular flavor ones taste like ass and trash can. The wine ones are a bit more tolerable. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Well, see, the thing is, Kenneth, are you a dark-skinned gentleman? Yes. The Black and Mild does have tobacco in it, man. That's the neck. Look, I'd rather fuck with this than actually fuck with a real cigarette. Something about just a fucking cigarette is just, it's awful, dog. It's awful. Yes. Well, the thing about you, have you been verbally assaulted by a black woman for your skin tone, or you have a slight accent? It's not that bad. Or anything of that nature. Maybe the way you carry yourself. Anything like that. Oh, they are, man. Because when I smoked that regular, I was like, oh my God, this shit is so tough. Y'all didn't even realize. I think the Kush den that I did with Man Up, I was smoking one of the regular Black and Milds. I was like, oh, this is awful. And she just did it being nice. I didn't even ask her. She just got me some. I actually had a couple of wine ones left. And so I was like, man, I'd rather smoke these before I finish these wines up. Just get these hoes out the way. But she was too much for me. Okay. I'm just asking because I know a lot of guys, that is the situation. Oh, you're black ass, this, and this. But then when you decide to go elsewhere, then it's, well, you're betraying us. I mean, you heard most of the conversation with Man Up, I believe, or maybe you did, or maybe you didn't. But you say black, dark, you say black because I lived in Houston most of my life. Yeah, you're just black. You ain't got no Honduran. You ain't no Honduran Houstonian. But the thing is, you just have to find the right ones. But the thing about that is, even some of the ones that you would think they grow up in decent neighborhoods and things like that, they associate themselves with the trashier ones, and so that's always awful. You just got to find you the right chick with a good head on her shoulders. I mean, you may have to do a little sifting to find it, but they're out there. I'm pretty sure they get called coons and stuff too, but they're out there. Well, I mean, and I can agree with you on certain aspects because most black women, we're going to get off the topic here. We'll go back to self-hate in just a second. But like I say, most black women I'm not attracted to because they wear a lot of fucking weave. And I don't like that. Yeah, and all of that fucking colored shit. And that's honestly, we're talking about self-hate. That's actually a lot of self-hate right there. Honestly, like it does tie in with the conversation that we're having. An overwhelming majority of black women have self-hate. And what you have is they push forth this perceived ego or this perceived attitude or what it is. But that's from the hate that they have inside themselves because, you know, society pushes the message of the long flowing hair is beauty and, you know, all this other stuff. And so they feel like, well, I don't have that unless I put some chemicals in my head, or I don't have that unless I put this fucking somebody else's fucking dead hair in my head. And then I'm beautiful now. But the thing about that, it's also bad is a lot of niggas fucking support that shit. And so what's funny is I'm the coon for not liking that type of shit. I'm all these other names. Oh, you must be gay. Or you must be. No, bitch, you look like a fucking clown. You're wearing fucking colored hair, fucking multicolored makeup. You fucking got all this. You look literally like a fucking clown trying to wear the brightest, craziest looking colors you can find that don't even make most. I don't want to say most, but it might be most. I think the ones that are good, we're just looking. The ones that are the good black women, they're not in the places where we see. They're not seen like we see the ratchets, because the ratchets are out there dope fiending for attentions. For any kind of attention they get. That's why you see it's the ratchetest ones doing the most ratchet shit, and they look the most off the wall because they'll do anything to try to stand out for some attention. And then what you notice with that, it is the darker the skin of these women generally, the brighter the hair they wear, the brighter the makeup they attempt to wear. And again, looking like fucking clowns instead of embracing what they have and then accentuating that. So again, but I get insulted because I tell them I don't like this. It's like, it's honestly, it's instantly a turnoff to me if a bitch has fucking weave in her head. I don't care what the rest of the body looks like. Now, for me to say that she got a fat ass, I fuck. I'm a fucker and ducker. That's it. Like, yeah, I hit, but then after that, I'm not I can't, like, you know. But again, like I say, a lot of black men support that fucking shit, and a lot of women believe that's what they have to do to have a man, to get a man, or whatever it may be. So, you know, there's that. I mean, that's what it is. It's 10 exactly. And so when I talk about that's actually a very good conversation we need to have, because you mentioned that 10 billion. I talk about, you know, black community issues and what can be done. The first major issue that can be done is for black women to stop fucking wearing weave in their heads, and the feminized black men too. And use that money for things that are actually vital. You got shit growing out your head. Quit buying fucking chemicals to burn your shit off, and then fucking buying somebody else's dead shit to put in your head. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's very, very crazy. But there's that. But that's self-hate. I mean, the fact that they'll try to cover themselves up to look and try to appear to be anything else, and then when you tell them that's not that attractive because everybody else is full of self-hate too, they'll say, you know, there's something wrong with you. Oh, you know, you're everything. No, bitch, you don't even realize, like, that's a mental health situation, that you look like shit and you look like trash. And but people are telling you, oh, you're beautiful and all this. It's not. But again, niggas that fall for a fat ass and big titties and whatever else it may be. Like I said, let's be honest. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'd smash, and that would be my only intentions, but I wouldn't. There would be no long-term situation for me and a chick who commits her lifestyle to that. There's actually been a few chicks that I've encountered throughout my days and time and all that other stuff that I've had to convert. You know, we'd be talking to. Shit, I'm like, man, yeah, you cool or whatever, but you know, shit you got in your head, I can't fuck with it. Ain't no way. And literally, I can think of at least 5 off top that I've converted. So I've done my duty for the black community, and they've either grown, you know, start wearing natural styles, or have grown to get locks or whatever else it may be. Yeah, and that's the thing that kills me. But yeah, I fuck with a bitch with a fro. Look, give me one of them black power fros any day. I'll take that. That's when they were the most attractive. That's when they was rocking, like, shit. Yeah, give me that shit. But nowadays it's all about ass injections and fake ass, fake hair. But again, this is all of these things are I wouldn't say symptoms. What is, no, not symptoms of self-hate, but I mean, these are things that people do, you know, when they hate themselves. You have women who are envious because they felt like, okay, I'm not as curvaceous as some other women, and so they go get injections. Oh, my titty sagging, so they go get submit full of, you know, bigger titties or whatever the fuck it is, or they cut them off or whatever the fuck it may be. And that, you know, and you can do whatever you want to do. It's your body. But plastic surgery, like I say, there's a lot of that in the white community. So I'm not just saying it's just only black women that have self-hate. You got a lot of white women that do that shit. They go fucking get ass injections, get Botox and all this shit in their faces and their lips and all this other stuff. So again, it's fucking a lot of crazy shit, man. It's very, very odd. You know what I mean? So you see some bald head Wakandans, and that's so funny, man. That whole thing with Black Panther is you know, what people, you know, people sit there and try to make it seem, oh, you know, they're talking about black unity and all. No, they're talking about how Africans don't fuck with Americans, and that's my perception. They like, fuck it, y'all niggas on some other shit. We ain't rocking with y'all. But that's a whole nother topic for another time. But again, self-hate, man, if you have personal issues, and it's not just about skin tone, it's not just about that. It could be your looks. It could be the way you were raised. You could have been raised in a lower class situation. It could be your lack of athletic ability. It could be a million different things. Exactly. Oh, that's it. You calling me out. We're gonna catch a square there. But so many things that, you know, and be jealous, like ass be big, and then Max, the bitch, got a bigger faker ass, and so they got to go compete with that hoe. Oh, she's getting more attention, and I need that attention. Again, like I said, it's a lot of that can be, you know, with the lack of fathers in the situation too. But that's, like I said, a whole nother conversation. It can get real deep, but I mean that could be a factor too. You know, not having a stable home, and that's another thing that I can attest to with a lot of black women. I can understand that, Kenneth, you know, that being your problem, is because dealing with a lot of black women, you go have to have some authentic testosterone, not that shit people get injected with to turn themselves from women into men. You go have to have some real deal Holyfield, because a lot of these women come from unstable homes, and Dr. Rabbit cheated, and a lot of unstable homes. When I said that, I mentioned that. I talked about how a lot of men, you know, gravitate towards the fake hair and all that stuff, because they do talk shit. Oh, she nappy head. Oh, she bald headed, and you know this and this, that, and the third. So I said, like, a lot of men are behind that, and I say those motherfuckers are just as trash. I told y'all before a story about a chick I know who was letting her hair grow out natural, and she said her boyfriend told her he wanted her to get a perm for his birthday. That's what he wanted as a gift. I'm like, that's trash. And but my thing is, yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to be willing to deal with that. But a lot of the time, and I can understand where you're coming from, it may not be worth it. Like, what is she really bringing to the table? What is she bringing to this commitment, to this relationship situation that's worth me having to check this bitch all the time, to argue with this bitch all the time, to, you know, just nonsense over the stupidest shit? Is it worth it? And if it's not, then you don't deal with it. Do you know what I mean? Again, and exactly, you know, attention seeking, very, very much so. But again, not having that male role model, having a government daddy replace the male role model, and they feel as though, you know, any attention coming from a man, they're fiending for it because they never got it at home. So there's that. Let me say, Black Panther showing you how the Hebrews are. Killmonger had the blue fringes on the jacket. The dude here from Get Out, royal blue. Okay, I'll have to look into that. And I got that scripture that you had said. I hadn't had a chance to read it, but I definitely will look into that. I saw your comment, and like I say I'm gonna do these things, and I will. But is it men's fault or parents' fault for not raising them? Probably. Well, it may be a parent, and if her parent, which is a single mom, didn't have that either, because this goes through generations, then how can she teach her? You know, or if she's an independent woman, and she don't need no man. And how can she teach her? So, there's that. Oh, that's it. You want a square? Okay, we can catch a square. Hold on, man. But my thing is, self-hate, I think, comes from a mind state of lack, that I'm lacking something that someone else has. I'm lacking this ability. I'm lacking these looks. I'm lacking the beauty or whatever else it may be, that someone else has. And so I think it can be, I don't want to say envy, but it can be misunderstanding, because we as people think that, again, we talk about the grass being greener on the other side. And she bring that to the table I give a shit about. Let me see what you're saying. They turn they twerking in class. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, but I don't really give a bitch no attention for twerking. Like, unless I'm at a strip club, like, I don't give a fuck about a bitch twerking. Unless I turn into predator mode, and I'm like, okay, there's my potential target. Okay, she's showing the nature signs that she's craving attention and dick, DNA, dick, and attention. And if I'm thinking with my dickhead tonight, then hey, then yeah, I'm gonna grab weight. I'm gonna sell you some superficial, artificial attention, and I'm gonna let you have that for a little bit. And I'm gonna sell you the wolf tickets, and I'm gonna get the ass, and I'm gonna bounce. But am I a part of the problem? I could be. But if you're not doing the things necessary to build yourself up to become better, which a lot of people don't want to do, then is it my fault if I don't want to stick around, if I see that you really aren't what I thought you were? If I didn't think you were anything at all, then I was right. If you're offering up something easily and you're offering, then I'm going to take it. Am I wrong for taking it? But if I didn't promise any kind of commitment or anything of that nature, am I the bad guy for that? Am I perpetuating the beliefs? Am I perpetuating the stereotypes? What you mean I didn't take the fight? I did take the fight, goddamn. Yeah, with the steel thing, it won't let you pick directly. It'll only be random. What? I know I just challenged that boy. Oh, I put the @ sign in front of it. My fault. That's why. Because it's always easier if you put the @ sign. That way it spells the rest of the name out for you. And you don't have to type everything. So that's why I usually put that @ sign there. But I think it's up to the person. I mean, if you're really the one suffering, ultimately it's up to you to get help, because a lot of people suffer in silence and, expect other people to see things. Like, I told you, I was going through it kind of mentally and things when my last old lady had passed away. But I don't talk to people, one, because I have trust issues with people. I don't trust anybody for the most part. I don't believe what people say. So it's always a huge surprise. So that's why I say I'm always appreciative of the love from various platforms and things like that, because I don't believe anybody. And it's unfortunate, but until I actually see it or it actually happens, because it's been, motherfuckers been try to hit you with the okie doke so many times, you just kind of, you just become skeptical about things. So, oh yeah, you look, see, I'm taking losses all over the map. That's very unfortunate. So my thing is this. It's up to you to seek help. It's up to you to seek improvement, and that's the solution. So I talk about a lot of the time, when you have a problem, it's 5% problem, 95% solution. And what that means is what you focus your attention on. If you have a problem, become aware of the problem and what it is. You give enough energy to try to figure out what that problem is and why. And then the solution is you spend more time, the overwhelming majority of your time, trying to figure out the solution, to trying to figure that out. A word? No, I didn't see that. But here's the thing. African women, yeah, definitely, because one, they're very confident, and I like that. They got the real twerk action, and then they eat good. And they don't be filling themselves with all them chemicals, smelling all kind of way, eating all kind of shit. But that's okay, man. Here's the thing. And that's what about socially awkward stuff is weird is you're you, and that's all that matters. So what you bring to the table as you is unique. And so if people fuck with it or they don't fuck with it, what you have to figure is you got to get some give no fucks about you. And if a motherfucker thinks you're awkward, okay, they just in a different lane than you are. Oh, well. There's a lot of people, a lot of the greats, a lot of people who've done exceptional things are socially awkward people. But, you know, because they spend more time, you know, focusing on something, maybe their craft or learning or whatever it may be, and not necessarily worried about how everybody feels about them. And a lot of the people who are socially acceptable is because they mold themselves into fitting what other people want them to be. They mold themselves into being accepted. So that's not even... Most of the people you see that are socially acceptable are not real versions of themselves. And a lot of those people have self-hate, and they've done weird shit to try to be accepted. That's why I say, you know, it's a weird thing. But again, sometimes it can be hard to see. People you may look up to have issues, you know. Some people revert in the wrong way. Some people revert to drugs and alcohol. Some people revert to self-harm. Some people... off themselves, you know. You have to stop it before it gets to that point, because the mind is a very powerful thing. And so if you sit here and tell yourself, I'm socially awkward, I'm socially awkward, I'm socially awkward, then you will be that. But if you say, hey, I'm me, I'm fucking Dr. Rabbit, I'm Kenneth, you know, I am me, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. If people fuck with me for it, cool. If they don't fuck with me for it, cool. Like, the job is not to necessarily be a mainstream motherfucker, because you have to curve so much of yourself to make people like you. You have to curve so much of yourself to fit all these different molds. You lose who you are. You're not being authentic to you. And in the end of the day, the only person that has to really deal with you is you. And so if you're not happy with yourself, you have to figure out the things that make you happy. What do you enjoy? Why do you enjoy them? What benefits you get from them? And gravitate towards that. If what you do is not, well, let's be careful how we say this, but if what you do is not the most socially acceptable thing, now, I'm not saying go out there and do disgusting shit, but it makes you feel good, it makes you happy with who you are, then that's what you need to worry about, you know. Oh, damn, that's awful, man. That's fucking awful. Trust me, I definitely know how that goes. African women cook you okra stew every night. Hell no, they definitely have a repertoire of delicious dinners. And if not, introduce their ass to fucking Pinterest. What? A San Antonio man was ordered to pay nearly $9 million. For what? How? For what? I wish they'd make that fucking bitch pay that shit who lied on old buddy. And fucking the football player fucking because she quote unquote. Let me tell y'all something about that. I'm gonna speak on this quite briefly. The bitch who I forgot old buddy's name. Basically, he was an NFL prospect, and she said that he raped her. I think him and his homeboy, and they said they found in 90 minutes they basically found him not guilty, even though he had to deal with this shit for 4 years, lost his opportunity in the NFL. None of this stuff gets put back. Hopefully that he can file some type of civil suit against her. And the thing is with that, the name needs to be released. If it comes to a situation where it is found out, and I mean absolutely beyond a doubt proven that a woman lied and she admits to lying, then her name needs to be released to the public so that no other man falls victim to that situation. But motherfuckers are so simpy out there, they'll fall for it anyway. That's a public... That's a danger to the public for women to be allowed out there who are willing to lie about being raped and things like that. Mental illness. That's for those women who put too much value on their pussy. But let me tell you what really happened with that is she was an easy fuck. She cheated on her boyfriend. She uses that as the excuse as to why she lied. But the real excuse as to why she lied, and I don't have to even know too much more about the story, is she thought that her pussy was going to make this motherfucker want to wife her up and take her with him to the league. Found out it wasn't that good. She was just another jump off. So she goes and makes up all this shit about the dude because she's mad, because she's angry, because she thought that she found out her pussy was devalued, and so she's gonna ruin his life. But why doesn't anything ever happen to these women who lie? I've never seen, again, unless I'm just missing something, I never see the women get in trouble for lying on it. There was a chick who they've said she got 5 years. I'm lying. She got 5 years because she had 14 counts of lying about being raped. So I guess the number 14 is the limit. And then you get a little punishment, a spank on the wrist, 5 years. But yet all these other men have had their lives ruined permanently. Mug shots. Your name is strewn about the paper as this, that, and the third, because most people will hear the story. They won't follow up. And then even in that instance, depending on what the situation is, they'll still refuse it, even if they hear all the facts. Like the Jameis Winston situation, I don't believe he did shit. I believe she was a hoe. Fucking had cleat chasers and all this other shit. So that means, what is a cleat chaser? I mean, that's obvious right there. The bitch is throwing pussy at any fucking athlete she can get on. Like, that ain't, I just really like athletes. No, bitch. What are you chasing? You chasing some damn designated athlete dick. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just, it blows my mind that, again, but that's from, we feel that women are so weak and they're feeble and all this. Mentally, women are much craftier than we want to give them credit for. Had old buddy said, bitch, you got some bomb ass pussy, man. I'm gonna be, man, fuck your dude. I'm finna go to the league. You need to be. She would have dropped that dude she was with in a heartbeat. Talking about she felt bad for cheating on her boy. No, she didn't. Probably fucked that dude more than once. But anyway, was it Davenport? I don't know. It was somebody. It just happened. Just happened. So I mean, shit. People say money is the root of all. It's not money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. That's where we get that. We definitely get that mixed up. Yeah, but like shit. Look, are you telling me I get $9 million and I ain't got to deal with this bitch and she don't get none of it? Shit, bet that. I'm with that shit. But again, I'm just telling you, it's just a black and mild, a little wine, black and mild with the wood tip. I'm telling you, man, you just have to be careful. The thing about it, you say women are the root of all evil. Look at Eve. Yeah, she got the party started. And it's been downhill from there. But yet, say the running back for Oklahoma Sooners who went to Katy was evidently falsely accused during the last season. But that's what I'm saying. It happens. That's my thing. And because on that, I was on Twitter when I read about the story, and a woman gets on there to do, somebody commented, this is why the Me Too movement is constantly losing credibility. And she gets, it's just once. It doesn't even happen that much. You can find a story damn near every day if you had access to. I mean, which we do, but I mean, the media doesn't want to push a whole lot of that shit. It's only when it's a big name, but it happens to everyday men all the fucking time. Women get caught up realizing that they're doing something that they shouldn't have done. They feel bad about it later or whatever else it may be. And next thing you know, this guy's this and he's that, or he's an accused rapist. And the thing about our society is people get mad at you. Like, they sell sex to you everywhere you go, but people find out you're having sex there. You're a bad person. Like, it was consensual sex. She went and flipped the script. Then she gets exposed for lying. People still treat her like a fucking victim, like something wrong. Well, he's still a man and he used his magic penis to deceive her. Like, bitch, you threw the fucking pussy at me. I'm a receiver. I caught that shit. Touchdown. It happens all the time. All the time. Exactly. They look, it's always good to find the story of, hey, he did this and he did that. But you never hear the story of lying bitch exposed for lying about rape. Never hear any of that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that kills me, dog. It blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind. It's unfortunate, though. It's unfortunate. It happens all the time. But getting back to self-hate, and probably a lot of those women suffer from self-hate because they don't feel like they're adequate enough to achieve certain things. So they're looking for an easy way out. Hopefully some man who is going to be overly successful, Or maybe then again, you have some people, they just overvalue themselves because they mama done told them, oh, boy, this pussy go, that pussy magic, he's going to get you somewhere in life. And shit, found out, oh, my mama lied to me, this pussy ain't worth the fuck. So it is what it is, you know. Again, very unfortunate. Happens way more often than we'd like to believe. So again, it's just, again, the society that we live in. They're never ever put into a you bought me a wrench. They're never labeled as anything, and they're allowed to continue to live their lives as though nothing happened. And I find that very unfortunate. But again, back to self-hate. You have to figure out things about yourself. You know, you look at what you perceive as your weakness. You look at what you perceive as a flaw, and then you have to overcome it. I mean, the mind is strong. If the mind can convince you that you're losing because of something, I mean, with enough training, with enough study, with enough consistent application, you can turn those thoughts around and realize, hey, I was lying to myself. We lie to ourselves a lot, you know. Sometimes we lie to ourselves to help us succeed. Sometimes we lie to ourselves to motivate ourselves. But it's not always beneficial. You know, sometimes it can be. It can be for motivation. It can be for advancement. But the majority of the time that we do lie to ourselves, it's because, damn it. Let's see something here. Okay, cool. God damn, I was about to say this shit fucking up. Because I'm fucking downloading this thing that I need for the Know Your Texan series. Shit gonna be dope, son. But we lie to ourselves a lot. And it's unfortunate that we do that shit. A word? Man, it's all good. Man, shoot that shit to me. That sounds live. I got a couple of ideas as to what I'm going to start doing with some new sauce merch and some things like that. So definitely hit me up, man. Like I said, I'm gonna definitely change up the angle in which I'm approaching this shit. But again, like I say, it's your job. If you know that you're suffering from something, if you're empty inside, if it's a mental issue, you can't be afraid to, made some bad investments. And so, like I said, I was going to go cop them, and then I end up not doing that. And so I haven't actually been back in touch with the dude that I was going to get them done with, because at first I was going to get the ones that I have, but now the ones I want to get is like with the new logo. And so I haven't even spoken back with him to see what he's going to charge me for those and all that other shit. But like I said, it should be coming up. Like I said, I've got some things cleared up. And so before the season, they should be good. Just before the actual start of the football season, everybody that I still have everybody on that list that they will still get the shit. That's why I'm not selling any T-shirts. I'm selling all kind of other merch, but I'm not going to sell any T-shirts until I get those people those shirts. So once that's done, then I'll open it up to some other things. So my deal is, we have to, but again, like I say, with myself, because there's definitely levels. Like I say, what I was talking about earlier, and I don't think I finished when I was talking about. But like I say, when our old lady had passed, and I was in a deep state of self-doubt, angry with myself, feeling like I let people down again. And like I said, I don't even know it was out of my hands. It's not like I gave her cancer. When my best friend died, it's not like I gave him that situation. And so, but I blame myself. I put all that shit on me. And so it kind of had me in a fucked up way. And what it took was me to a lot of reading, a lot of reflection. I mean, a lot of time to myself, and then conversations with people that I could, that I felt like were beneficial. And so from those, from that point, I had to kind of just, I had to let some things go. And that's part of it too, man. When a lot of people like to stuff their life full of shit, overcomplicate their lives. You have to discipline yourself, make more sacrifices, remove bullshit, unnecessary shit out of your life. All right, Dr. Rabbit, appreciate it. But just someone's going in one afternoon. Yeah, man, absolutely. And it's like it can be a very fucked up feeling. But as that shit was going on, you know, I didn't tell anybody. It was people that I was kicking it with every motherfucking day as the news was getting worse and worse. And it was just like I was holding all this shit inside, man. And it was just like, it was literally like, it felt like it, well, not literally, because then I'd be losing parts of my flesh, but it was eating me alive, man. It was but for some reason I was able to keep this straight face, you know. People had no idea. They had no fucking idea what I was going through, you know. And then kind of after everything happened the way it happened, I changed up the game, man. I left. I stopped fucking with people. Like I no longer associate with a lot of people that I used to, just because probably a lot of the memories associated with it. Then like I felt like it early on, I blamed people like, well, how can you couldn't tell? And I just kind of looked at myself and I was just like, man, you know, it was on me. Like maybe my face was just, maybe my acting was so good that, I mean, that nobody was even really that aware, you know. Maybe they thought that shit was getting better or something like that. Kool-Aid chicken good. Man, look, get that look. You got to get that Kool-Aid crust Papa John's. They trying to bring black people back. You know, they got the Kool-Aid crust flavor. You get that motherfucking me tropical punch. They got the grape flavor crust. You know what I'm saying? Get you some of that shit. But like I say, you know, I wore the mask, you know, and I wore it well. It was snug. It was tight. Nobody could tell. Oh, you know, things must be getting better. Everything, but I mean, just everything. Like at that point, my whole life was fucking falling apart. Like I say, it was just from legal issues to life issues to all these things. And so, but again, I was just able to carry like this air of everything was Gucci. So if you're doing that, my advice to you is find someone that you can trust. If you don't feel like you can trust anyone because you're concerned about how they're going to react or whatever, find some type of book, find something, do something to try to alleviate that. I gotta fucking take this video off. I swear that's a dude right there. I swear it is. It has to be. It's just real. That motherfucker there is just too you have to do something to start working out of the problem. Don't feel sorry for yourself, because it's only going to get worse and worse until the point of no return. So you do some type of permanent damage. And that's what happens with a lot of people, especially now with, you know, social medias and stuff. There, it builds up the echo chambers. You can go find a group of people and we'll sit here and let's have a pity party for each other. And somebody asked for a free piece for Papa John, be erased. I'm going to call up and say, hey, man, my delivery driver called me a nigger when he delivered my pizza. She said it was new company policy. What's up with that? If not, I want a free fucking pizza. But my deal is, I wish a pizza delivery driver, I'd beat the brakes off and take all their fucking pizzas. But anyway, it sounds good though. But like again, you know, don't allow yourself to get swallowed into the vortex, because like I say, it was just, you know, we're just speaking on little bits of it, but it's a terrible feeling. So I can understand people who are dealing with that shit on a daily for whatever other reasons, you know, because I put a lot of blame on myself for that shit. And in reality, it wasn't my fault. I had to accept that, you know, hey, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do these things. And, you know, it is what it is. But, I mean, I've been telling you that, kid. It's not hard to cut motherfuckers off, man. Just stop fucking with them. Like, I just stopped fucking with people. Oh, they shut his YouTube channel down? Why they shut it down? That's why I say, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling y'all, dog. I'm telling you. That's why I be so cautious about the fucking deal. Like, I want that shit to blow up, but I don't want the Kush to blow up on the cool. Like, I just like it. I want it to just go slowly, because it's gonna be, man. I'm telling you, if this was just a much more mainstream deal, man, this shit would have been shut down so long ago. And so that's why I be trying to find my angles and shit like that, because the shit I be talking about, like I said, I don't mean no harm to anybody when I say it, but I'm just speaking my piece, what I feel, and a lot of questions and things that I ask, I'm inquiring. But if you look at the guidelines to, I guess, some of that YouTube shit, it's hate speech and it's this and it's that. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate anybody. I really, truly, honestly could care less. I just love myself, and then I just express what I think. I mean, we all have a different experience on this planet. Everybody has a different experience, and so I like to know what y'all experience. That's why I say we're all friends in the den. So even if you have completely different beliefs, I'm not going to insult you. Say you're a fucking stupid liberal, you goddamn idiot. But I may say things, liberals do this and liberals do that. That's a platform for you to say, nah, I don't think it's this, it's not this, it's not that, to have discussions and things. But that's just my views. That's what I see. But that's why I have to be careful. And then I might have to maybe switch up the channel, because I think, for whatever, I think this email is connected the same as the sauce. And so, it may get hung up. But shit, racist trolls are one thing, and shit, liberal trolls are another. They just as bad. Like, because how many times fucking Tommy Sotomayor had his fucking channels knocked off and taken down and shit like that. So I mean, that's why I just have to be. I have to be quite cool about how I handle shit. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'm not saying that's what I'm hoping for, but I have to be very cautious. Even with the sauce shit, because I just say some off the wall shit that bit. Somebody come over here looking for some Texas talk, and I start talking about hoes everywhere, boy. This is not what I wanted to hear about hoes and Herbert Edward Butts. I don't like this, and get to hating and reporting saying I'm talking sexist and shit. So it's like YouTube it's turned into a real different platform. And like honestly, like I said, I've been looking today, like trying to find just another outlet. And I'll still do the sauce via YouTube and shit, but because that's how to get the growth. But at the same time, I'm looking for another platform, even if I have to pay for it, monthly or something like that, to just be able to manage my own streams and, be able to speak whatever the fuck I want to. Maybe you be an obedient foot slave, South America, liberal, U.S. probably more lenient, right? Yeah, perception is everything. Everything. Obey your thirst. Perception. But so honestly, if y'all do know of some other sources, other platforms and things of that nature, shoot me that info, because like I said, I do want to have some type of backup, because you got the lame asses like the oh buddy, what's his name? I forgot, whatever, the Justice Hardy type dude, when you go let's go tell all the people in the Jags group, let's do this, let's do that. And motherfuckers will just hate on your shit just to hate on. Like, I don't have it in me. Like, if it's something I see on YouTube I don't like, it be the most racist shit, I'm not finna report shit. I'm just like, okay, well, I ain't gonna watch this shit. Fuck them. Like, that's just how it is. I'm offended. Let me report this. Speaking their piece, if you want to gravitate toward you're allowed to believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, man. Like, it's not my job to tell you only listen to me or don't listen to them or don't do this. Man, you have options. I will never try to hinder somebody for making choices. You make your own fucking choices in life. I'll be following this page. Oh, no, sir. If I do, it's on accident. Them hoes be following me, but like some of the fucking, matter of fact, like I told you, it was like from a bunch of the fucking shit, like, because I use different tags now when I related to the topic when I post on Instagram. Fucking the domestic abuse survivors. I think that's fucking dumb. I don't think you should label yourself that way. You had a situation in your life where you suffered through domestic abuse. Shit, move on and be great, but don't label yourself, oh, no, that's how I identify as a domestic abuse survivor. That's the platform that you've reached in life. I mean, that's the goal. That's it. So what's the next level to that? A lot of that to me is like trying to capitalize on the way that people feel. Follow me. I got beat up once and I survived it. It's hard for me to get into that, man. And so my thing is, I can't do it, man. Oh, you talking about the dude, the real Uncle Ruckus? that dude there, fucking shit. No, I ain't fucking. Like I say, the whole Me Too shit. Fuck that, dog. Like, I'm like, I take shit like I say, a situation at a time. And if you're really getting abused, if you're really going through some shit, I don't condone domestic violence. I ain't beating no bitches up unless a bitch try to attack me. I'm gonna hit her with a tiger uppercut. But if you are going through some shit, you're getting fucked over, you're getting raped, you're getting abused, I don't condone that shit. Like, I'm not fucking with no niggas on that shit. And like I say, if it was to happen to somebody that I fuck with, I love, shit, you might need to size them up for a body bag. But at the same time, I tell you why I don't get involved with that shit is from personal experiences. But I've told this kind of to people before, and oh, you're a punk. Oh, you just afraid of this. No, I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking. I'm not a person that just to go. I have my own problems, so I'm not looking to absorb other people's problems. You know what I'm saying? And that's my deal. Make stories of the court clear. So the guy was black man. What all you like to do? Yeah. But like I said, shit, even the Klan, a lot of them motherfuckers are ignorant. They don't deal with real black people. They, see the shit that gets put on television. They have their own little echo chamber meetings. And they just say stupid shit. So they're like, hey, I say this, and this person supports me. They make me feel good for believing this, so it must be right. But then again, like I say, it is what it is. I don't hate nobody, dog. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Like, if you want to be ignorant in your life, that's cool. Are there cool white people? Yeah. Are there some shitty ass white people? Yeah, it's a lot of them. Are there cool niggas? Yeah. Are there some shitty ass niggas? A lot of them. Blacks, and like I tell you, I look at black people and niggas different. Niggas is ignorance of everybody because everybody's using the word nigga now, so everybody is an ignorant ass nigga. So it's become universal. If you ever call a racist white person nigga, it'll blow their mind. Their heads will literally like explode. You dumb nigger. The fucking eyes will pop out of their fucking heads and it will blow the fuck up. I'm generally Ed Honcho, but I have my nigga moments. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to avoid that. I definitely used to do some old nigga shit. I was definitely on some real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? And I try my best daily to avoid doing that. From time to time, I'm telling you, that shit will blow their. They don't even know how to respond to some shit like that. Like, honestly, like, both of them will be at a loss for words. Like, if you ever heard that shit, shut the fuck up, nigga. But you got to make sure you use the ER to like emphasize it the way they would try to use it on you. It'll blow their fucking. They tell you they will fucking. They will lose their shit. Yeah, man. You say I seen a post about 6 dudes fucking a pregnant girl. The shit was disturbing. That's awful. You say sheet heads. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really like, I respect you more. Not even saying I respect you, but I won't look at you as stupid ass pussy ass scum. Man, if you racist, shit, identify yourself, label you, put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of what everybody thinking. I don't want to lose my job, but then you ain't really racist. You ain't really about that. Actually, you rather be a fucking worker than you want to really believe in your beliefs. Like, I'm gonna tell you exactly how the fuck I feel. You know what I mean? And shit, if you can't do that, then you ain't about what you say you about, man. You just a motherfucker who you're losing in every other aspect of life, and so you need somebody to blame for your problems. And you're trying to blame. If you blame, like, if you white and you blaming niggas for your problems, like, you got shit all the way fucked up. Unless a nigga that really robbed you or done some shit, but you blaming niggas taking all the jobs, like, okay. You know, whatever. If you think so, it's like, obviously you have a lack of skill sets, and you fuck it up. So it is what it is. That's the shit that kills me. Like, it's more fear than anything else. So, do I have 2 different personalities? I probably have. I probably got more than. I probably got like multiple. I probably got some split personalities and shit. But nah, I mean, This is generally me for the most part. I mean, like I say, every now and then I get on some old random niggerdom. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But what I was talking about though, about this shit getting canned and canceled, about, I think that it would be more like, if I was to get fucking done, I think it would be like the same type of crowd that, like I say, that hates on Tommy, because you got this segment of especially black women that just want you to praise the ground they walk on and all this other stuff. Like, I'm not finna do that, especially not if you like an artificial black bitch. Like, if you natural and you everything natural, you curvy, you found that. Like, I would be like, hold on, that shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, hold on, bitch, hold on, where you going? Look, let me talk to you. Can I holler? Can I holler? Holler, holler, holler? Can I holler? Holler, holler? Let me holler, holler, holler. Can I holler? But if not, you know, if you just on some, if you artificial as fuck, you weaved up, or fucking twerking for attention, and you doing all this other shit, wearing your fucking skirt with your ass halfway hanging out, fucking all anything to do some shit for a fucking attention, I don't give a fuck about you. Treat them like you meet them. You know what I'm saying? If she looked like a hoe when you met that bitch, man, treat that hoe like a hoe. That's my motto. The bitch looking artificial as fuck, man, treat that hoe like a fucking sex doll. If she want to dress up and do all some tomfoolery caked up in the face with all this extra, get butt injections and fake titties and all that shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You obviously did that. You got titties because you wanted people to be more attracted to you sexually. You got your ass fucking injected because you wanted people to, when people look at ass, they're not, oh, that's a nice lady. You want people to be attracted to you sexually. That's how you seek attention. So if you seeking attention in a sexual manner, then that's the kind of attention I'm going to give your motherfucking ass. You try to talk about anything, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, man. You had a coach that would never start wide receivers. How am I wrong, Heidi? Heidi. We're gonna let Heidi prove me wrong, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna get on the mixer for a little while, and we'll see what's up. Okay, but I mean, accept that shit. If you just wasn't blessed with the fucking, but then that means that you want attention from guys, and it has to be most likely sexually, like. Because then when these bitches go get boobs, look at my titties. Look at them. Hey, I got titties now. Check them out. You want to touch them? You want to feel them? Titties is sex. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want to see them hoes unless I'm for the fox up. I don't give it. I'm not even just a titty man. You know what I'm saying? Black child. I ain't seen that shit. I ain't seen it. I have no idea. No, I'm trying my best not to. I'm trying my best not to. If I do butt crunches. Well, if my dick was present to the world, I'd probably go to jail. But that's an odd thing, man. One day we're gonna start talking about some weird shit in here, because that's a thing. That's a fucking thing. Like, I found that out. Like, there's motherfuckers who be into that shit. They came up short in that department, and they like women to make fun of them, like, and treat them like shit and all that other shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, bitch, bet you suck this motherfucking dick. And the same way bitches with no titties, niggas will fucking work the fuck out them nipples, be tweaking them hoes like radio knobs. Come on, baby, I got you. I'm doing that. They'll be going in trying to make them little titties grow. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck. It's just about the motherfuckers you around, man. So shit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even give a fuck. I take my little dick, I piss on her foot. No, I just give me what, like push-up bras. I give me some push-up draws. Get some little push-up draws. Prop it up. Set it on the balls. Make it look good. Some shit like that. I'd pull a stunt. Let's start pulling a stunt too. Fuck alterations of the body unless it's a life or death thing, man. Fuck a body alteration, man. Look, I ain't finna go get injected with some fucking silicone. Fucking. You better be happy with the dick that worked. You go get some shit, that shit start rotting inside your fucking body and shit. I knew a bitch that said that shit. She talking about she only like fucking with niggas with little dicks because it keep a pussy tight. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, if I get raped for my push-up draws, I did ask for it. If I accidentally trip and fall into a mouth, I asked for it. Yes, yes. That's a good question. Is it the carrot or the onions? Which one is more important? I mean, I need to. That's why we need some women in the den to be able to answer these questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Motherfucking women do be looking. Women just aren't upfront with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to seem like hoes. I mean, you see the fucking gray sweatpants hashtag shit. It was some shit on fucking Twitter. I wouldn't let my boyfriend wear it. It was some company released like some type of gray shorts that they already have been in existence for like 20 years, and they're like, you're like, who when that nigga yell back at you, hey, sitting down the rope, help me out. Be to save the nigga life, getting up out the pussy. But yeah, some little shorts, and they all the bitches on fucking on the Twitter. I wouldn't let my man go out in these. That lets you know right there, hoes be looking. You know what I'm saying? Hoes know motherfucking me. If bitches be out there fucking dick checking. Fucking old hairdresser. Used to have. I called it dick checking. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is you doing? Like, I know hoes do that shit, man. It happens. I promise you. Go Google some gray sweatpants conversation, Heidi. Make sure it's in American, not English, in American. You know, with the broken English and all fucked up urban American English. Google some fucking gray sweatpants and see what kind of response you come up with. I guarantee you. Heidi be looking. You know what I'm saying? Heidi done looked. Yes, that is kinky enough for me. Bring it here. But it is what it is. Yeah, man. Yeah, if it's funky, don't want the monkey. Shit. But here's the deal, man. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna slide over to the mixer. Gonna get on some old public. Somebody invited me to a party. I ain't even on the Xbox right now. Yeah, look. Yeah, she's using the tiger awareness. You know, she out there stalking, creeping low. That's how she gonna admit it. She's like, ain't nobody seen me looking. You know how the tigers use their stripes to blend in with their environment. That's how Heidi be moving. Be peeping the scene and shit. So get on the Tube Raider. I don't know, man. Shit, no glove, no love. But it's bested if you get tested. Blending. Yeah, see, that's what you do. Yeah, especially if you be that's why Heidi be working out so much. You know, she ain't really, she over there really looking, gym jock checking. And then, you know what I'm saying, that's what make her go harder. You know what I'm saying? That's what make her put in more work. So, and there it goes. Is sex overrated? That's a whole fucking conversation for another day. We might talk about that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We might talk about that tomorrow. That's a very interesting question. Or we could talk about it in the mixer if you pull up in the mixer. Stop, Rigo. That shit is a little too strange for me. Eye of the tiger, the thrill of the fight. Yeah, that's where we going down. Yeah, I'm gonna get on the mixer tonight. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. I gotta get my PUBG up because I've had too many close calls the last few nights. I'm fiending for a chicken dinner, man. I gotta get one. And so I'm gonna dedicate to doing a little bit better, getting a little bit more practice in. So we'll see what's shaking with that. We'll see what's happening. So, man, Kush was at, well, no. Kush was, Shaq Kush, he's been better as a teammate. Like I said, we had a couple of good runs. We had a good run when I actually cut the stream off. There wasn't nobody there. We like when he actually stays close by, we do better. When he land halfway across the fucking map somewhere else and then be trying to play catch up, it's always awful. Yeah, John Wick, he's a funny motherfucker. That shit was funny. He shot like that was funny as shit because he shot Shaq Kush last night. That shit was hilarious. Oh man! All right, Heidi, glad you came through. But like I say, so we gonna call it a wrap, my friends in the den. I'll let y'all answer that question. Get your sweets and shit. Yeah, actually, it was funny because we were playing a squad game and he had crept up on old buddy and old buddy hit him with that shotgun. That shit was fucking hilarious. Oh, the dead body was. Oh man, that shit was fucked up. I was trying to put in the work too, but like I said, I got to get my aim. I got a bunch of things I need to work on. So I'm gonna improve that. My hand-eye coordination. So I said I'm gonna put a little bit of because he is Shaq was kind of all like I don't like white people, tell him all kind of crazy shit. That shit was fucking funny though. So like I said, we're gonna get it in on the pub for a little while. But with that being said, man, if you want to continue this conversation, keep the party going. Follow me on the mixer. It'll go down. If not, we'll do it again tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about if sex is overrated, since Ed Man suggested it. We got a couple of good ones we're gonna talk about later this week. Some topics that Heidi had sent in last week, so we're gonna talk about some of those too. I think that'll be very, very interesting. I think that y'all will really like that. So, with that being said, as soon as I fucking say that, I see that shit. Roger, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Yeah, the music shit don't work anymore. I'm chugging up the deuce. I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming through the den. Yes. Peace. And we out. Look, I almost gave y'all no outro.